If you are thinking about moving to Isle de Maurice, let me give you some insider information. I've been living on this island since 2024, early 2024 with my family. I can't believe we're going to be coming up on 2 years very shortly, like in the next 5 months, because time just flies, man. It just is crazy how time flies right now in these times. But I need to give you a warning. If you are thinking of moving to Isle de Maurice, this first thing will really blow your mind and it's going to shock you, and it may not be for you. If you are someone that does not like gorgeous mountain views, because on this island, basically every single point of the island, you can see some kind of mountain. And actually, this view isn't even the best view that you can get on the island. I know you see those mountains in the back there. But if you were to live in Port Louis or Port Louis, then you would be up on the mountains all the time. Sometimes we go to this mall here, Riche Terre. I hope I'm saying these words right. I'm sorry, Mauritians. Look, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. But listen, sometimes we go to this mall and the views are just spectacular as the children are playing at the park. Like, this is the type of island where you do have to be careful. You might just want to have a little bit too much fun. You might gaze at the mountains for too long. You're like, dang, I'm supposed to be working. You might go to the beach for too long and be like, man, I should be stressed out. I'm supposed to be stressed out like I used to be stressed in the West, right? That is a warning that I feel obligated to give you. Like, you're just going to be living a little bit too good. You're going to be a little bit too happy, too peaceful. You're going to walk down the street. The merchant's going to say, why are you so happy? You're smiling. You're so cheerful. And you're going to tell them, if only you knew the West, America. If only you knew. But they don't know. Actually, one knows. We have a driver, a very close friend of the family. She's Mauritian, and she actually spent time in California, and she just gets it. And she's like, yeah, it's too crazy over there. I'm so glad I came back home. And we're like, yeah, we're so glad that your home is welcoming to us and all of that sort of thing. But now let me get into the other things I need to warn you about. On the island of Mauritius, you have got to be careful out here because look, you may exercise too much. A lot of these houses out here come with a pool, and they're quite affordable, to be honest with you. Like, we pay $1,500 a month, and in the States to pay, well, first of all, in Ohio, this wouldn't even be possible. So let's just be real. Like, let's just be honest. Ohio doesn't even have houses like that. But maybe if we were in like Florida, California, we would be paying $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 to rent a place like this that has 5 beds, fully furnished, internet already installed when we came. Like, Mauritians get it with the concierge level of treatment, and that is why I love this place. But back to my original thought process before I got distracted. See, Mauritius distracts you too. You gotta be careful out here. But you know what else? Like I was talking about, you're gonna get fit. See, I'm a mom of 5, and people never believe me. And I think Mauritius and Africa has a great lot to do with why I'm so healthy, okay? Because from the swimming, which I have not done in a while since it's so cold, to the nature hikes and the parks and the free beaches, and oh my gosh, you can just run through the neighborhood. We have this wonderful neighborhood that we live in, and our children can just kick the ball down the street. It's not too busy of a street. Then my husband and I, we like to go on long walks that way. That's going towards Pier Bay, which if you know, you know. And then, you know, we have these restaurants over here and things of that sort. It's very walkable. And so that's a danger for you if you're like, man, I've been overweight and I've been trying to keep this weight. I've been unhealthy. I think it's better if I stay unhealthy. Mauritius may not be for you, to be quite honest, because you will be healthy coming out here to Mauritius. And people walk all the time. People bike. People, you know, they exercise. And it's just very much a healthy, fit society. And I don't think a lot of the locals realize how important that is and how different that is from America or maybe even the UK. I'm not sure. I've never been to the UK, but I imagine it's similar to America, right? Somebody chime in from the UK and let me know, because I see that the UK, y'all are the second top demographic on this channel, but I don't be seeing y'all's comments. Y'all in the UK chime in, because it goes the US, UK, then Canada, and South Africa that chimes in on this channel. So shalom, welcome. Now, we need to get to the next point of warnings about Mauritius now. I have to keep continuing because I want you, if you're really going to come to Isle de Maurice or the island of Mauritius, I really am obligated to tell you the reality, the truth about what it's like to live here full time as a mom of 5, as a wife, as an entrepreneur, somebody that creates content. You ready for this? Man, this almost just, whoo, child. Before I tell you, I need you to like this video, and I need you to share this with at least 5 people, because all of these warnings I'm giving you, I have not found these warnings on YouTube. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I've not found these warnings. And so, like, I feel like I'm doing some kind of great due diligence here for you by giving you these warnings, because this next one, man, when you talk about internet and electricity, the affordability, it'll have you creating too much content. Y'all see that I create content every day. You know why? Because it's so easy. My business has exploded since living in this country 150%. You know why? Because it's easy to be creative. And you know, if you're someone, you're like, I was trying not to be creative, I was trying not to think outside the box, I was actually trying to not even have my business flourish online, I was really trying to just be distracted, then you may not want to come here. This, you know, this society, they make it so easy for your business to flourish with the internet. And then with the views, like, can you imagine? Some days I come up here and write and strategize with this view, and work doesn't even feel like work anymore. That's the danger of this island. When your work feels like play, and you're like, well, I can just play all day. And then you invite your children to play too. And they start learning about your work. And they start having tasks, and they start having new ideas and things that they can do for their own projects. That's dangerous stuff, honestly, because, you know, in America, nobody really spends time with their children. They certainly barely invite them into their business. They think children should be quiet and they let them roam the streets. But, you know, this is a family-oriented society. But, oh, I got another good one that I have to warn you about. This one just came off the top of my head. This is gonna, listen, I looked it up. Besides Iran and like Kazakhstan and some places in that area, Mauritius has the highest marriage rates like on earth. And so if you are planning on getting divorced or not keeping your family unified or doing things that are in the realm of debauchery, Mauritius may not be the ideal place, because it's a very unified family place. When I did the research and saw that Mauritius has the highest marriage rates in the world, I was like, oh my gosh, it's no wonder we're flourishing. It's no wonder my marriage has been in the best place it has ever been in its existence. It's no wonder. And see, this is the thing. It's almost like, gosh, y'all making it hard for me to really want to leave Mauritius, because, yeah, you know, you have family unity, high marriage rates, it's clean, it's safe, it's peaceful. The Mauritians are extremely welcoming. The infrastructure is fantastic for our business. Our children love it. They can play at these different parks and meet new children just by going out to these free parks. And they meet the neighborhood children. It's like, y'all, you guys, they make it, you know, you feel like you're just on a piece of paradise. And actually, Mark Twain, we used to read his books in school. Shout out to your school in America if you used to read Mark Twain's books, okay? But Mark Twain, the explorer, visited Mauritius and said it was as if the Most High Yah created Mauritius and then created heaven. And the analogy is basically saying, like, Mauritius is like heaven on earth. It's so different from any island nation that we've ever been to. And we are well-traveled people. We had taken our 3 children, when we had 3 children at the time in 2018, to a fantastic cruise in the Bahamas. And let me tell you, the Bahamas and Mauritius, I'm biased, but there's no comparison. I really can't describe it. I need you to understand it, you know. And then, oh, my next point, I don't even know what number I'm on, you see? That's the danger too. I don't even know what number I'm on. Now, my next point, listen. My husband and I recently celebrated our anniversary, and he surprised me. And he ran into this problem. He told our taxi driver, her daughter, that he wanted to surprise me and do a plethora of things. And, you know, that's really dangerous, because if you're someone that does not like surprises, or you're afraid of being pampered, or you're like, you're just, you know, whatever, then Mauritius may not be for you. Because when I tell you, they went, like, she came to the house and did my pedicure. I didn't even realize that she's a taxi driver and a nail tech. But she came to the house, she did my pedicure, and then she hooked him up with a place that does massage therapy. And listen, your girl, I don't always like people touching me. I like to keep arm's length away, okay? But let me tell you, this massage, I'm so glad that I went out of my comfort zone. And that's where it comes back to. It can really be dangerous if you want to be unhealthy, if you don't want to try new things, if you don't want to be cared for and pampered, then Mauritius may not be for you. If you want to struggle life, put it like that. If you want to struggle in your life to the highest degree, Mauritius may not be for you. And these are my warnings for you today. You have to take these things serious. I want you to write these things down because this is the reality of Mauritius, or at least my reality. And I know my reality may not be other people's realities, but I'm a writer, I'm a creative, I tend to be a bit dreamy, and so this is my reality. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let me know, do any of these things deter you from Mauritius? Like, I'm just curious. I want to know. I know for me, it makes me like, child, I'm about to be on this island forever. What? This place is fabulous. And, oh, I forgot the other part. They make it too easy to stay forever. Gosh, I'm trying, y'all. They make it too easy to stay forever. See, Mauritius, they don't have these like insanely crazy obstacle laws that feel like a trap. Like, you ever been to a country and you like, your laws feel like a trap? Like, I'm reading it and I'm not understanding the way forward, okay? Mauritius is not like that. They give you a clear way forward, especially if you are from the West, an American, a Canadian, a UKian, a Spaniard, a German, a whatever passport you have in the diaspora. You can come visa-free on arrival. Actually, I think most countries come visa-free on arrival to Mauritius. Check your country. And, you know, you stay, you see if you like it. Then you can switch to the premium visa. And now here's the caveat. Unlike other African countries, a lot of African countries will say, we don't want you in the country when you switch your visa. We want you to be somewhere else. And Mauritius says, actually, you can be here. You can be there. You could be anywhere. But just submit your application online. We'll get it back to you in less than 60 days. And then they get it back to you and they do their job, and it's really simple. There's no one to bribe. There's no one like playing these weird mind games. And this is the danger. They make it too simple. I'm like, y'all don't really want me to leave, do you? You make it too simple and streamlined. You're too good at what you do. You're too good at the paperwork, the pathways. Like, you're meticulous. You thought all this through. You made it make sense. But that could be dangerous for you if you're someone, you're like, I was really trying to encounter issues. I was trying to encounter a struggle. I was trying to encounter different types of corruptions that you see on the continent. Mauritius is not the place for that. Mauritius makes it equitable and fair for everyone. You don't need to know some oblique person that is secretly in some office down the road, around the highway, over the river bend. You just follow the process. Everybody has an equal, equitable, fair process. The process is the same for everybody. Whether you're green, orange, blue, white, black, whether you're from Antarctica or Greenland, whether you're from China or New Zealand, the process is the same for every single person. So xenophobia is super low. Xenophobia, we were teaching this in the state of the diaspora last week. And I know you guys are like, give us another option to join. You gotta give me a moment, okay? I'm out here just enjoying the mountain view. I will open up more spots soon, but right now I'm just enjoying the mountains and being outside, okay? But we're talking about xenophobia, and this is essentially when African nations treat other African nations very badly. And it comes back, and this is going to be controversial. Y'all gonna come for me. As someone, and I want to give a little backstory, as someone that was raised in a Jewish community, very close proximity, ages 5 to 18, the most important years of my life spent amongst people that don't look like me. I'm used to being the only black girl in a room. It doesn't bother me. It's just how I grew up. It's neither here nor there, okay? But coming to Africa and seeing the xenophobia that happens throughout like South Africa, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Kenya, especially East Africa. I'm not sure if it's like this in West Africa, but in East Africa, they have this saying like, oh, we don't like Nigerians because blah, 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 and they do blah, blah, blah. And it was just like heartbreaking because the continent shouldn't be like that. East Africa's like that. I don't think West Africa's like that, but I'm not sure. And it was just like, really? So coming here and seeing how they will employ so many Nigerians, Ghanaians, Cameroonians, Congolese, South Africans, black and white, Zimbabweans. I already said Congolese. Madagascar, I met a sister from Madagascar as well. It was really like, oh, there's like no xenophobia here, like in the true stance of the word. I think a lot of times in Africa, they will perpetuate and act like they like other African nations, but at the end of the day, a lot of the times they don't. And it's very sad when you see it in person. It's very sad when you hear locals speak about it. But here it's the exact opposite, you know. If somebody from Congo wants to work here, they got to go through the same process. And if they're qualified, and they're going to get the job. That's why you do see a lot of African expats. And I've been seeing even more just in the past 6 months. I've been seeing even more people, okay? Like so many, especially in the area that I'm in. And I'm like, oh, wow, a lot of different people are coming. You never know where they're from. You know, being from the West, I'm like, I don't know where they're from. I know they're probably from Africa, but I don't know where they're from. Look, sometimes they be from Mauritius. I don't know. Look, I be trying, okay? It's really hard. But there's no xenophobia. The residence is so easy. It's so peaceful. And, you know, I'm like, Mauritius has to be just one of the last frontiers. And Mauritius opened me up to being more aware of island life. Like now I look at Vanuatu. Now I look at New Zealand. I'm like, island life is great. Like, let me check out all the islands that are not on the western side of the world. Like, I just want to know about the islands now. Let me see. But Mauritius is a special island, you know. Not every island is like this one. And I'm just privileged, honored, and grateful to the Most High to be here. So grateful he called us here. Just fabulous, you know. The opportunities that have opened up, and it's not even necessarily opportunities from this nation, but opportunities elsewhere due to being in this nation. Because when I tell people, oh, I'm in Mauritius, they're like enamored. They're like, you're in Mauritius? That's on my bucket list. Tell me more. I'm like, I'd love to tell you more. I could talk about it all day. Let's talk about it. Come visit me. Okay? But that's it for this video. Shalom, shalom. I hope you enjoyed the video. Share it with 5 people. Like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.